Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo! I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Valentine's Day and Earth Day 2026. The album, Dad AF. Rock on Gold Dust. I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid because it was a roast battle and everybody was such a loser. Peace. How are you guys doing today? Okay, this is my second video today, and I'm just going to get right into the drama. But before I do, I just want to say, I know that there are a lot of you out there that are wondering what is going on with Dennis, Deaf Noodles, as am I. So I have a solution for Dennis. You know, maybe take some time off from live streaming on Twitch, which, well, that won't be a problem because he just got kicked off of Twitch. But maybe take some time off of YouTube, which probably won't be a problem because that's going to be the next thing that he's kicked off of. Maybe take some time off of writing jokes, if there are any jokes. I don't know. Anyway, maybe go out to Starbucks and get yourself a pumpkin spice cream cold brew, and then find yourself a bag of Lay's wavy chips and get yourself some Dean's French onion dip. It'll set you free. Trust me, okay? The comedy will come back. The jokes will come back. Your future will be aligned. You will see your future and everything will be okay. So that's my solution for Dennis because, to be honest with you, for the life of me, I cannot figure out what is going on. I am so confused. And so I made a previous video today. It's about Jeffree Star and James Charles. And at the beginning of that video, I said, I wanted to clarify, this is not a Deaf Noodles video. But then as I started thinking about it, I thought, but why not make a Deaf Noodles video, okay? Because this is Noodle-a-thon, or Noodle-a-thon, or whatever people are calling it. Noodle-geddon, I guess. This is Noodle-geddon. So, which is kind of like, we had Dramageddon, and now we had Lipstick Gate, then we had Dramageddon again, and now this is Noodlegeddon, I guess. I don't know. So, this kind of started last night, what happened, and then it is going into, like, even literally just minutes ago. So, let me tell you what happened. So last night, or yesterday afternoon, Dennis started posting on his Twitter that the police had come out. I covered this in my video yesterday, that the police had come out to his comedy club. I'm putting that in quotations because everybody has asked me to put comedian and comedy club in quotations because, yes, and I do have a comedy club. I do! Okay, it's right here. It's these two plants. So anyway, but he said he had a police officer. He even showed pictures. I don't know if it was a real police officer or a friend that had a costume from Party City. I don't know, okay? But he said that he was completely cleared and that everything was fine and that he was ready to go, okay? Then, apparently, a bunch of people called and asked and were like, I guess they were asking, like, the people that, I don't know anything about this, okay? But I just saw what I saw online by Dennis and by people commenting on Dennis's thing, okay? But apparently, people called, like, the board of, I don't know, alcohol, something. I read it in my video yesterday, and some citation board where if you're running a club and all this kind of stuff. And allegedly, what they found out was that Dennis is supposedly, I don't know if there's any truth to this, okay? But it kind of like all lines up when you look at it, that he was supposedly running this club, like, and he wasn't supposed to be running this club because he didn't have, like, the licenses in place and all this kind of stuff. Now, I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. I'm just telling you what I read under Dennis's own threads on Twitter and what I read from seeing other people on Twitter, okay? But what was interesting about this was that then Dennis came out, and this was late last night, and he put this video up on Twitter, and basically what he says was that he says third Super Roast Battles moving to September 16th at 8 p.m., which is the following week. It was supposed to be, I think, on the 9th. The producers and I have decided to make roast battles bi-weekly so we can give the stand-up shows we're producing the proper attention they need. If you got tickets to roast battles, they will automatically transfer to September 16th. And then he says, if you have purchased tickets to the show or have any other circumstances involving coming to the show, please email me. And he puts his email in here so we can help you out. Basically, if you need help getting to the show. And he says it again on here, right? So that was interesting to me because I was like, okay, so all of these people are questioning the legitimacy of this club, of this comedy nightclub, right? People are questioning like the safety codes of it. People are questioning the alcohol licensing of this and all this kind of stuff, right? And then Dennis comes out and changes the date of the roast from this week to next week. And I'm sitting there going, okay. Well, I think any normal human being looking at this would say, are you really changing this to give more attention to this comedic lineup? Or is that your excuse you're giving to give yourself more time to get the appropriate licenses? Because people could have called, and then maybe, I don't know, I'm just speculating, this is conspiracy speculation, maybe those people called him, or maybe he called the alcohol licensing board if he didn't have those things, I'm just speculating, okay, and said, hey, listen, we understand that you're running this nightclub, whatever, you did it twice. Okay, we're going to give you the opportunity to get these things in check. So you have a week, you wanted to run the show, whatever. Okay, we're going to ask that you don't do this for this week. And then in that, we can get you the licenses you need to get. Okay, because I do believe that licensing boards and places like that would work with him. I do, if they were wanting to. Listen, I have a lot, like I said in previous videos, I have a lot of friends of mine that own clubs. And, you know, a lot of people are really willing to work, like, you know, with nightclubs and saying, okay, we'll extend it a week or two as long as you're willing to get these things in order. Second video in a row that my battery died. So anyway, I'm just wondering, okay, if Dennis was like, okay, I'm going to take the time to get these appropriate licenses in place because then nobody can come for me and I can do every roast battle that I want to do and I can serve alcohol and I have all the safety issues or whatever. What will be interesting to me, okay, is when we see the next roast battle and he shows it online, which, you know, I'm kind of thinking back about this and he's shown all of these roast battles, which I'm really surprised in him starting this Patreon. And I have to believe that maybe it's because not that many people really signed up for his Patreon and he wants to act like it's all of these people, but maybe not that, because he really hasn't been talking that much about his Patreon, right? Maybe not that many people signed up for his Patreon, because what I'm surprised about is that he's not putting these roast battles behind a paywall. Because if he were, he would make more money, right? Like a pay-per-view kind of thing. And that would actually be smart, because I think some people that would want to see this, even if they just were like thinking it was going to be a crap show, would pay to watch the roast, okay? But he's giving it away for free on his Deaf Noodles channel, which really isn't growing in any size at this point. And then what he's also doing is he's showing everything that's going on in this club, which is really kind of evidence to anybody that has issues with this club. What will be interesting to me on the third roast is if he even shows it, okay, on YouTube, which I believe that he probably will. B, if the audience is smaller because they say, okay, there's only so many people that can fit in this club. The nightclub or the office or whatever he wants to call it is rather small, okay? To be packing in the amount of people that he had the last time in there, I mean, it does to me seem kind of like a safety issue. So I have to believe that they're only going to allow so many people in there. And if he's showing it live on YouTube and he knows that there's a possibility that somebody is going to be watching it and send it to somebody, or those people that give him the code or whatever, the license to have it, are going to be watching it, then he's going to have to keep it within that amount of numbers, right? And he's going to have to keep it like legit and running it legitimately. So it's going to be interesting to see if the third battle looks different than the previous two have. Fourth, or D, it will be interesting to see if there's any jokes. Now, I don't know if there's police or codes that cite for jokes, but please, God, I hope there are. I hope he has to get a license to provide some jokes to these poor people that are paying $50. You know, so many people came out of my last couple videos, which thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I think quite a few of you have come over here and subscribed because I made these Deaf Noodles videos, which I really appreciate it. So a lot of people were saying like $50 is a lot of money for like 4 unknown like stand-up comedians that are roasting each other, and there's no humor there. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, that's really true, you know? Like, when I go to like a concert or I go to a show, like we just went and saw Swedish House Mafia in Chicago at the United Center. Swedish House Mafia, okay? 3 of the greatest DJs in the entire world, all right? Swedish House Mafia, and it was $100, and we were in the 4th row, 3rd row maybe. I mean, give me a break. that he is charging $50 for these people to see some of the worst comedians that I have ever witnessed. And I can say that because I've watched both roasts, and I have heard some of the most horrific jokes that I don't even think are funny whatsoever, right? Okay, so that's where we are as of last night. Now, we'll see what happens. But personally, in my conspiracy speculation, allegedly, I think he put off this roast so that he can get his codes in order. That's what I believe, okay? Which, in that case, why not just come out and own it? Why not just come out and say, a lot of people are calling me out on these violations or codes or whatever. I want to make sure that the club is safe for everybody. Well, because it's the right thing to do. Whenever I say this, people are like, because it's the right thing to do, and Dennis won't do that, right? But what's interesting to me is that he has been somebody that for 2 years on YouTube has called out all of these people for all of their wrongdoings. And now he is literally doing everything that he called everybody else out for, right? And I just, at this point, like, I've been speculating on what his end game is or what he's trying to do. And I really do think that his end game is that he is just kind of like, I think he has all of these people around him. It's always funny when he shows a picture of himself, like in his office, and there's always like that one person on a computer like this. And I'm like, do you just pay them, like when there's a picture being taken, to just like sit on the computer? Like, what are they doing? Like, what are they, ticket sales? I mean, are the ticket sales just so constant that it's like Gabby Hanna on a computer? I mean, like, what? I'm so confused as to what all of these office workers do, right? So, but the thing is, I don't really think he has an end game. I don't really think he's thought this through. And I think that he's so arrogant and has so much ego and pride that he really cannot listen to anybody that is saying, just go back to your old content. Or if you want to do this, keep on doing the roasts and the comedy, but please do some of your old content or do this. And he says he doesn't want to do that anymore. Okay. Change is fine. Change is, you know, everybody changes over time, right? So he doesn't want to do that. But I think to maybe kind of think through this a little bit and think, like, what do I want to do next? Unless he has such financial resources that he really doesn't need to think about that, and he really doesn't care about what happens to his YouTube career that he built and whatever. So then let me tell you what happens today, okay? So he gets in this live stream today. Well, first of all, everybody starts hashtagging on Twitter, justice for Corey, okay? And Corey is his friend, that is this comedian that's been at these roasts and whatever. And basically what they're saying is, give Corey a chance in the comedy stand-up, in the roast, and also mostly like on your YouTube videos. And so what's interesting to me, though, if you go underneath his Twitter, is he has literally retweeted almost every single time somebody has said justice for Corey, right? And this is him just like egging on the audience, egging on Twitter, egging on all these people, because I think in his head, he thinks like, it's like delusions of grandeur. He thinks he's bigger than he really is. And it's just, you know, at this point, it's like, you know, because like he's coming out and he's saying, you know, like, oh, people are talking about me because, you know, like he'll say like, I have no clout. No, you're hot drama is what you are. Okay? And when the next hot drama story comes along, ain't nobody going to be talking about you anymore. Nobody's going to be talking about your roast, and nobody's going to care. If there is one rule I have learned as a drama channel, which I have told so many influencers over the years, I can't tell you how many influencers have called me, Gabby Hanna included, about that whole, I don't know, was it brushes or whatever she sold and then it wouldn't back down from. I told her this exact advice. I know other people told her this exact advice. I've told other influencers this that have called me and said, okay, I'm in the middle of this scandal. What should I do? I'm asking for your advice as a drama commentary channel. And what I always say, because this is the #1 rule that I have learned, is if you wait it out long enough and you take first of all, if you take accountability, okay, and then shut your mouth long enough to let it ride out, before you know it, another drama hot topic will come along, okay? But he is choosing to stay right at the top of the drama hot topic, and everybody is continuing to talk about it. Even people that are like, I can't talk about him anymore. Like me. I'm like, I can't talk about him anymore. And then I'm like, I gotta talk about him. I got to. I have to. I'm addicted to talking about him. So, you know, it's like watching reality TV. For me, he's my ex on the beach, okay? Although I would never claim him. Definitely not with that bush. But anyway, with his box of crabs that he came along with that. So anyway, are you from Detroit? So I'm watching this, and he's like doing all this justice for Corey because he's wanting, like, it's so apparent to him that he wants to like stay like on this trending on Twitter. Who cares, girl? Nobody cares that you're trending on Twitter. You're trending on Twitter because people are talking SHI Tut about you constantly. You're not trending on Twitter because you're some fantastic thing, right? And that's him again feeding into this, because I said the other day, I think people don't think that he's smart. Well, Okay, this is what he's doing, is he's taking the negative, and he's, that whole idea of like any negative press is good press kind of thing, and he's feeding on that. And he knows what he's doing. He absolutely does. But then there are moments where you can tell that he gets like really ate up, and it's only with specific people, when specific people say certain things to him, and then it's like he can't handle it from that person. He can't handle hearing it, right? Like, I think Dennis knows at the end of the day, I really wish him no ill will. I think if you sat Dennis down and asked him, like, what do you think Peter, he'd say, oh, I don't think Peter wishes me. I don't. Like, I really wish Dennis no ill will. And in all honesty, you know, it doesn't make me, like I said this yesterday, it doesn't make me sad like I want to shed a tear. It makes me sad kind of like, dude, you're like seriously like throwing away. I mean, I've had other friends in my personal life that have like thrown away their lives, right? And like thrown away their marriages and their wonderful careers and everything else. And I just sat back and I've said things to them, you know, and they don't listen. And it's like, what are you doing? To 5 years down the road, they look back on it and they go, I don't even know what I was thinking. Like, you know, I gave it all up, right? And that's the thing, is like, that's how I feel about it, right? But he continues it. He continues the story. He continues the saga of Deaf Noodles, of what is going on here. So then it goes up here, and he was in this live stream today. I did not watch the live stream. I'm just telling you what I see. So somebody posted on here this picture, and they said underneath, it was like a picture. I'm not going to say what the picture says because it's real dirty. But it says, let Corey take over Dennis's boring ASS comedy show. No more dick jokes. Give him a real shot, Dennis. Justice for Corey. So that's what people are asking, right? And then it goes up here, and Dennis shows this clip from his live stream. Now, apparently, this was deleted off of his YouTube channel. And it says, my illegal comedy club got shut down. Okay? Now, I don't know, and this is where he was going to talk about the police coming and everything else. I did not watch this show. But in here, he shows that at the very end, there is this woman who is topless, and you can see her, okay? And she's topless. And he has tweeted out the picture of this on his YouTube channel. I'm just going to go to the YouTube channel really quick and make sure that, because I don't want to speak Deaf Noodles show. I don't want to speak incorrectly. Okay, no, he's got responding to all the false allegations that was streamed 2 days ago. So no, this was taken down. Apparently maybe taken down by YouTube is what I'm hearing people say. So he puts up here, free the nipple. So then he shares this thing from Twitch, and the Twitch says, your Twitch account, because he was like streaming simultaneously on Twitch, your Twitch account, Deaf Noodles show, has been temporarily suspended, and the reason why is sexually explicit content. And he says, so I got swatted and then immediately banned on Twitch. I am unfairly targeted, right? And he's heeding this whole word of being swatted on there because, like, people are saying, you're talking about being doxxed, you're talking about being swatted, you're like you're switching out these words when you are the one that shared your address for your comedy club. Like, what is it? And people are like following this whole like thing as if it's like a train wreck kind of thing, right? So then it goes on and on and on. I wanted to, hold on a second, because yesterday I shouted out Repzilla, and he commented on, what did he just say? I want to see what he said in here. Deaf Noodles violating YouTube and Twitch terms of services by showing sexually explicit content on his live stream. Nudity has been censored. This was from 9/7/2022. That's today. He was banned on Twitch and will likely be banned on YouTube. He's currently making fun of the situation, lying, saying he was swatted. Okay, so that's what, and then it says his VOD of the stream was also removed from YouTube for sexual content. So people are all out there talking, and thank you, Repzilla, for giving us the rundown on that. But, you know, this is the thing. It's like, when do you take a step back and you start listening to people and say, like, there are so many people that are, like, really concerned about me, and, like, that, like, because he has a lot of fans that, listen, I'm just not, okay? I'm just not that worried about it. I'm just not, because he's gonna do what he wants to do, you know what I'm saying? So this is like a mukbang as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna eat my chips and my dip, and I'm gonna sit here and drink my pumpkin spice cold brew. I'm gonna watch it all unfold, because I've given him some good advice. He don't want to listen to it, you know? Find a joke. Open your club. Be you. Do you. And be happy all day long. Let me know what you guys think in the comedy. Let me know what you think in the comedy section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.